After the epic ride of a show that was Wednesday, with her defeating Joseph Crackstone with the assistance of Bianca, and then defeating Miss Thornhill with the help of Eugene and his ability to summon and control bees, as Wednesday left to go back home following the disruption, we saw her receive a mysterious text message on a phone that she'd just received from Xavier. With there only being a few suspects that it could be, I have a hunch and a reason as to who I think is behind the text messages that were received. And I think it could be Enid. So let's get into it. Here is why Enid is behind the text message sent to Wednesday. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. As we were set to finish off the series with no further problems for Wednesday to face, we saw 4 individual messages go through to the new phone that Wednesday had just received from Xavier. 2 were images, 1 was a message, and the 4th was a GIF. The first image was from a moment that occurred in episode 6 of the show, where Tyler and Wednesday were together in the coffee shop in a booth. The second image was of Wednesday and Xavier only moments before Wednesday got in the car, and the individual text message read, "I'm watching you." I believe the person who sent these messages to Wednesday was her so-called best friend and roommate, Enid Sinclair. Despite the fact that we saw moments of care and friendship throughout the season, I feel there are definitely moments that point towards Enid being behind the unknown contact in the messages. Wednesday stated how she had her first stalker in the closing moments of the season. When we look at all of the characters in Nevermore, there's one that sticks out in being able to have that trait embedded within their core, and that would be Enid. Enid's power and ability is to turn into a werewolf, and wolves are notoriously known to stalk their prey before going in on them. With one of the messages reading as, "I'm watching you," I feel that could well be the trait of the wolf coming out from Enid. With regards to the images that were sent to Wednesday, that is another story that I feel could be closely connected to Enid. The first image that came through was from an encounter between Tyler and Wednesday sitting in the coffee shop in episode 6 of the show. This occurred when we didn't see Enid appear in the episode for around 20 minutes. A long while, considering most of the other characters such as Xavier, Bianca, Tyler, the sheriff, and many others had their time accounted for at that moment. This photo was taken shortly after Wednesday rudely accepted her gift from Enid, and when we next saw her, Wednesday did apologize, so she knew that she was in the wrong in that specific moment. So it does make me question if Enid followed her to the coffee shop and sat far enough away to not be recognized. Enid is a regular at the coffee shop, so it's not a random place for her to be. The final image that was taken was of when Wednesday received the phone from Xavier. Enid was present in the hall when this moment occurred. In fact, there was a perfectly timed departure without saying goodbye when Wednesday first noticed Xavier. So there's nothing to say that she couldn't have moved away from the people that she spoke with, went upstairs, and then took the photo that we saw present in the message that Wednesday received. We know that Enid knows Xavier, so she may have been given her number by him as he could have informed her that he was getting Wednesday a phone so they could all stay in contact. Wednesday has had the people that are closest to her betray her in the past, as we saw with Tyler being the Hyde in season 1, and the teacher that showed the most care towards Wednesday, Miss Thornhill, actually being Laurel. So there's nothing to say that the show wouldn't take it one step further in making her best friend and roommate actually have sinister intentions, with the kindness being a front. Wednesday did treat Enid poorly when she first arrived and essentially dragged her into the mess that occurred, so she may want to seek revenge for all of what occurred whilst they were roommates. Whilst it's very up in the air on who it could be, I feel there's a very strong chance that Enid could be the person that's behind the text messages that Wednesday received at the end of the show. The only other person that I feel it could be Bianca, but there's not as much evidence in my mind that points the finger at her. It would only be because she was in the hallway at the end where the photo with Xavier was taken, there was a rivalry between them at the start, and the fact that whenever Bianca was in the coffee shop, her seat was at the table where the angle in which the photo with Tyler was taken. Whilst it's plausible, I would say that Enid is the more likely culprit, but I suppose we'll have to wait until season 2 to find out. So, there you have it, why Enid is behind the text message sent to Wednesday. If you want to see more videos such as endings explained, theories and predictions, and character breakdowns, then click on the I button. Or alternatively, you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @brainpilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. Who do you think is behind the text messages? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.